so now that this guy's done, it's my turn to pass the challenge on, and I'm challenging Mike at Monkey Fab Garage. I'm talking to you, buddy. So Mike has an awesome YouTube channel, and he's also got an awesome website. That's actually where I buy all my stuff for my intake manifold, or not intake manifolds, all my intercooler stuff. So if you need intercooler stuff, turbo stuff, you know, Mike's your guy. All your bungs, all those sort of fittings. He's a good dude, and he is a pretty damn good welder. So we'll see what you got on this, Mike. Hey guys, so today's video, you might have heard my buddy Dusty from Pacific Arc TIG Welding on YouTube and Instagram, but check out his YouTube page since you're already here. But he challenged me to the gap challenge. And what that is a 3/32 inch gap, a 3/16 inch gap, and a 7/16 inch gap. And how we weld them, and I think mostly he's just Satan, so he just wants me to do Satan stuff. I'm guessing, because you would never give this to a friend. Dusty, I'm talking to you. Anyways, moving on. The first gap we have here is 3/32 of an inch. So this is pretty common actually where I work. So that shouldn't give me too much of a problem. Right here is 3/16 of an inch, which is like, you better take it back to the dude that did this and have him fix it. Then you have the monster gap. This one is 7/16 of an inch, so just over 3/8, which is a monster. But I have filled gaps that big before, so I'll show you my techniques on it. They might not work for you, but they work for me. So on the Invertig 400, I just like maxing out my machines. I'm lazy. Then I'm gonna make sure AC's on. My hertz, I'm gonna run 200 just because filling in gaps the way that I do it. I like that. Actually, on the first gap, so for the first gap, I'm gonna run, I'll do like 125, somewhere in there, hertz. Then my balance, I'm gonna run 77, I'll do 75, and I'll show you one other thing. So I'm gonna turn this down to about 70. Then go down here, just because we have this. So I'm gonna go down, triangle off, asymmetric. We're gonna go to EN. Now, this is just a setting that I like because I can run it. So now my EN is 75%, so it's running higher on the electrode positive side, which is kind of backwards, but I like the way it has it, and since this machine can run it, I'm going to use it. Now when you do that, it takes away a ton of your amperage, so luckily this has 350 amps, so it ain't going to matter that much. this guy, all I did was I pedal bumped just a little bit. So just, you know, get it flowing down into it, basically like a root, and then adding my filler to let it build up as I'm kind of, or as I go, and then I slowly let off the pedal just a little bit. I mean, I'm probably only going 10-15 amps difference between each pedal. All right, now we got this guy. This guy I think I can fill using the same technique, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you my secret technique for that guy. Well, son of a gun, I forgot to push record. I did the exact same technique that you saw me do on this first one right here. It's just a little more extreme, so you're just adding even more filler into it. Dang it. But it's the same process, same technique. All right, please let me record this one. All right, so got it all joined together, but I'm not done yet. What I'm gonna do is let it cool off, and the best thing to do is just, if you're gonna use this, you know, make your first pass, cool it off with some air, some compressed air. Do your second pass, compressed air, do that until it's joined together, and then use the air compressor and cool it completely off before you do this next part. That's my method. So for this video, I ran the HTP Invertig 400, beast of a machine. I used 332-inch tungsten and a number 8 gas lens cup because I ran out of number 7s. And actually I think Dusty used a number 8 in his video, so I'll copy him. Then I used 120 hertz-ish, you know, for these first two. This one I bumped it up to 200 because I was doing build-up on an edge. You can run it at 60. I mean, a normal transformer is what I use mostly at work anyways, and I do the same thing, but it just makes it a little easier. Plus, since I have it, might as well use it. My gas flow was, I think, 15, 16 CFH. Then the machine, I always set my machines up to max amperage because I'm lazy as crap and don't like going up there and switching it. So I just learned how to use the foot pedal. Never know what amperage I'm at, so sorry for that. Now I'm using asymmetric TIG, so my settings will be different from yours, but I have the set to 70%, which basically means there's more electrode positive, which is like your cleaning action, you know. But the crazy thing about it is it makes your tungsten super nice and lasts a super long time. That's my tungsten tip after all that welding. I mean, there's like nothing, it's still sharp. So that's why I like that. But it will take away your main amps. So basically you're gonna be running almost 70% of what your main amps are if you're doing that. So since I have a 350 amp machine, it doesn't really matter. That's why I'm using it. So I have some exciting news because I keep getting asked all the time for classes. What I am going to be doing is one-on-one lessons over Zoom. So if you're interested in that, if you need some help with your TIG welding, if you're new to TIG welding or you're having an issue, I can help you get it all set. And if I can't, you'll get your money back. So if you're interested, just email me. My email's in the description of this video. Send me an email, we'll talk back and forth and see if it'll be a good fit or if it's just something simple that I can set you up on right over the email. All right, thank you guys for watching. You have a good one.